Africa is splitting in two. But don't fear, it's a natural process and will take at least 50 million years. The East African Rift Valley stretches over 3,000 kilometers from the Gulf of Aden towards Zimbabwe, splitting the African plate into two unequal parts. In many areas, it's not noticeable, but that changed toward the end of March 2018 when a large crack suddenly appeared in southwestern Kenya. The crack is several kilometers long and caused part of the Nairobi-Narok highway to collapse. How did this happen? The Earth's lithosphere, formed by the crust and the upper part of the mantle, is broken up into a number of tectonic plates. These plates aren't static, they glide over a viscous layer below. The forces generated at the boundaries between plates can also cause them to crack. This forms a rift and potentially leads to the creation of new plate boundaries.
What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the geological feature that is currently being witnessed in the eastern part of the African continent. This is going to separate Africa into two parts, and an ocean in between. So if such events is occurring, it could be consequential and catastrophic for the entire planet. Yeah, the formation of a new ocean will dramatically alter global weather patterns as well as the distribution of land and sea. The displacement of land masses could also trigger a massive tsunamis, earthquakes, and a volcanic eruption. So let's talk about Africa. Africa is the second largest continent in the world, and it has 54 countries. So with a population of approximately 1.3 billion people. However, it's not well known that Africa is the only continent that is splitting into two parts by a massive geological split or rift called the East African Rift System. So the rift stretches from the Red Sea in the north of Zambezi River in the south, and it's approximately 6,000 kilometers long. The East African Rift System is the result of the African tectonic plates slowly pulling away from the Arabian tectonic plate. So over millions of years, this has created a massive geological fault line that is slowly splitting the African country into two. So let's talk about effect and the benefits of this split to the African continent or African countries at large. So the East African Rift System is creating a new land. Yeah, so as it's separating, it's creating new land. So the East African Rift System is creating a new land as the two plates pull away from each other. This process is causing the land to rise and new islands are forming. This new land could be used for tourism or agricultural, which could provide economic benefits for the local community who will be along the rift system. Also happening, it could cause earthquakes, which can be destructive and deadly. However, earthquakes can also be beneficial in some ways. Yeah, so they can create new mineral deposits and geothermal energy sources, but can be used for our generation. Let's talk about the effect of the continental East African system on wildlife. It affects wildlife by creating new habitats and separating populations. Those who took like biology class, we know that when things got separated and find themselves in different environment, they'll be forced to adapt, and these will bring things like changes in in way the animals behave, so these can be both positive and negative. On the one hand, new habitats can provide more space for wildlife to live and breed. On the other hand, separating population can make it harder for them to find mates and maintaining genetic diversity. The East African Rift System will affect population largely. This will be by creating new opportunities and challenges. The new land created by the rift could be used for agriculture, which could help feed the growing population. However, earthquakes and other natural disasters can also cause destruction and displacement. It's important for the government and communities to prepare for these type of risks. Let's say that the East African rift system will be a natural wonder of the world, or natural wonder in the continent. This will attract tourists from all over the world to come and witness this thrift, this new ocean, this new landmass, this new animal that has been separated from the family. Yeah, it will be also a unique geological feature that's unlikely anything else or that has been witnessed in this world, on this earth. It will be home to some of the most beautiful and diverse landscape and sceneries in Africa, so including the Serengeti National Park and the Ngorongoro Center. You can see the animals park, around the East African communities. So as much as it might be dire, but there's some positive things that will be coming with it. In conclusion, you can say that the East African Rift system is a complex geological feature that is affecting people, wildlife and economies of the region, both positive and negative ways. It's a reminder that our planet is constantly changing, and we need to work together to understand that